All right, House of Payne fans. Now, in the next episode, going to the chapel and not getting married, it brings about the question of whether or not Ella will agree to marry Curtis again, because it turns out he put a $500 budget on their wedding ceremony or wedding renewal. And in the trailer, we see a great shot. The backyard looks great. It really reminds me of the original House of Payne series, where the backyard was fixed up for Calvin and Miranda to get married. And of course, we had the heat of the moment reaction where CJ and Janine decided to get married as well. And I'm wondering, do you think the same thing might actually happen in this episode, but with Calvin and Miranda, given the fact that in attendance we know that Laura, Malik, Glow, Ella, CJ, and of course Curtis, Calvin, and Miranda are in attendance. No Floyd for some reason. I don't know. Or Janine or Jasmine. But regardless, these two are planning to renew their vows, but as the title says, and not getting married. Do you think that by the end of the episode, they do agree to get remarried, where maybe after, the ceremony is put on hold and Ella is on the sidelines with Curtis and they kind of like rekindle, everything, and they decide to get married? Do you think there's a chance Miranda and Calvin might do the same? Now, based on the trailer, I don't think these two interact. We don't see them, at least. We only see Miranda interacting with Curtis, and given the fact that it looks like Curtis is giving her his credit card, he's like, there's $500 budget. So you could see Miranda being the wedding planner. And when it comes down to Calvin, we see him in the backyard, when Ella's like, you put a $500 budget on the wedding. Yeah, that's why we're toasting with juice box instead of champagne. So I'm wondering, when the episode airs, here's what I'm thinking. Laura doesn't seem to be in the episode. And it's kind of funny because more often than not, whenever Laura is absent, Calvin and Miranda get along for the most part, really showing that, wow, these two still have chemistry and a dynamic. And I wonder if continuity will actually make its way into the episode. Do you think if these two see each other and interact, Calvin will be kind of awkward because he'll remember the night they shared a few episodes ago where they, hooked up again? So do you think the whole vibe and the mood of the wedding will put Miranda and Calvin in that mood to be like, oh, wow, we're here watching your parents get remarried, renewing their vows in the same place that we got married? So do you think that everybody's going to be going to the chapel, but the couple that the wedding is for doesn't get remarried? But do you think Calvin and Miranda might be the ones to renew their vows? Let me know your thoughts. Okay, honestly, the short answer is no, because based on episode synopsis for later on in the season, as well as season 12 characters who will be introduced, that's not the case. They're not going to get remarried. But I know a lot of people are potentially rooting for that to be the case. And so let's talk about it. Also, look, I know that I've made it clear since season 9, I don't want these two to get back together. First of all, I hate what they've done with Laura. I feel like Laura is being written in such a way to really showcase that her and Calvin don't need to be together, in favor of her, moving aside or being dumped for Calvin to get back with Miranda. Again, season 9, awful season for Miranda. Season 10, she got better but still had moments of ridiculousness. Season 11, I think she's had some moments where I'm like, ugh. But I think there's a lot of work that needs to be done with these two if they are to ever get back together. But I don't know. Now isn't the right time. I don't think it's the right time at all. Unless it's like brought up that me and Miranda hooked up the other night when you were out of town, Laura. And then, you know what? I'm breaking off this engagement. And then, because there's an engagement ring in play, he gives it to Miranda, and then they go up and renew their vows and get married again. I don't know. This show is a mess at times, and I could definitely see that happening, but I honestly don't think that's going to happen. I just feel like Miranda planning the wedding, it being so nostalgic for her to plan a wedding in the backyard where she first got together with Calvin, I could see some moments between these two in the episode at the very least. I feel like some fans will be disappointed if Calvin and Miranda don't have a couple of moments in this episode that got you going, oh shit, are they going to, hook up again? Who knows? But yeah, let's just see if Curtis and Ella make it. I think that's the best way to put it. So thanks so much for tuning in. Again, I appreciate the support on the channel as always. Like and subscribe. Follow me on social media. Links are in the description below. Hit that bell icon and select all. That way you're up to date when I post content. And I'll catch you in the next one.